Hello, everyone. My name is Alex Sanders here for another Press and Age Press Play Monday guest. Here with Mike Storey. How's it going, brother?
It is going great. How's it going for you?
Going well, man. Thank you for coming. Usually before our Press Play Monday, which he performs August 10th, we like to have a little conversation so the guests get to know who you are, where you're from. So maybe we start off with that. Where are you from? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right. So originally I am from Nashville, more of the northwest Nashville, right off of West Trinity Lane, White Creek Pike, if you're familiar with that area. Grew up there, born and raised. Recently moved to Clarksville about 4 years ago.
Okay.
So yeah.
Cool. And then, so you being from Nashville, is that where most of your influence is, or tell me more about your music journey?
So the music journey is kind of interesting. It started. Michael Jackson's my favorite artist of all time.
Oh, okay.
Of course, Prince and Stevie Wonder and all these cats from the 80s.
Yeah, I was going to say 80s.
You know, so that's kind of my era I grew up in as a child.
Okay.
But Michael Jackson's what got me into singing.
Okay.
And then when I really started to take it seriously was the early 90s when Boyz II Men came out, Shy, Jodeci, Silk. If I Would Fall in Love, when that song came out, that's the song that really got me into singing. Like, that's the song I learned how to start singing and preparing vocals and that kind of thing.
Okay.
So it went from there.
It's kind of weird because in the 80s you were naming mostly individual artists, solo artists, right? You mentioned Michael, you mentioned Prince, you know, the regulars, and then in the 90s you kind of switched over to a group. So when you started singing, were you singing solo? Were you with a group? If Shy was your inspiration, then did you get the band together or something like that, or how did it work?
Yeah, so I ended up starting an R&B group in the 1993 called Suede.
Okay.
And it was me and two other guys. Shout out to them. We weren't very good, but but I learned about it, just basic harmonies and whatnot with that group. Then that group split up, joined another group called Evolution.
Okay.
And that's the group I really learned how to really understand harmonies, like what harmonies mean, what different notes mean, how to switch notes, that kind of thing.
Okay.
And then from Evolution, I went to a Unique Soul, which would be the last R&B group that I was in, which that group I learned how to be a performer, because we started traveling the country and doing different things, and we almost had a lot of great opportunities, but it didn't quite work out. But that's when I went solo after that.
So it seems like most of your training came from experience, you would say?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, a lot of times we have, especially here in Nashville, you get it all. You get people that are self-taught, you get people that are like classically trained or school trained. But it's funny because you get great artists from all aspects of life here.
Right.
You mentioned that your last group you learned to perform, traveling a lot of different places and things of that nature. What are some of the good, fun places that you performed, or most memorable places?
Some of the ones that's the most memorable, we did the Democratic Convention of 2002.
Okay.
That was kind of interesting and unexpected. But we did that. That's probably the biggest crowd I've ever performed for.
Okay.
We opened up for Angie Stone and Anthony Hamilton one time. That was awesome at the Ryman Auditorium.
Okay, that's big.
Yeah, that was cool. And then we did a thing for Genuine. He was here in Nashville looking for artists, trying to start a label at that time at Club Chrome. And we went there, and it was funny because when we started singing, the audience wanted to see Genuine. They didn't care about us. So they're like, who are these guys up here? We don't care. So we started singing, and once we hit that If I Fall in Love, at that hook, the crowd, we had them. It was over. And they were screaming, hollering. I mean, it was amazing. So like those are some of the ones that stand out. And there's been some others. We did a thing where we opened up for Silk one time at a place. So this has been a lot of little things like that. It's fun.
So you're talking about the different places that you performed. You performed for Angie Stone, or opened for Angie Stone, Anthony Hamilton, which is a little different than Genuine, right?
Oh, totally.
It's a little different, and it's a different crowd.
Yeah.
What is your music more like? Is it more like the Angie Stone? Is it more like the Genuine?
So my music is very interesting. It's very unique. It's a fusion of kind of so it's R&B, but it's kind of like a lot of neo soul in there, sprinkled in. There's some classic R&B like from the 90s, from the 80s, even going back to the 70s. There's a lot of that sprinkled in there as well. 90s style hip hop, underground hip hop, because I rap also. And it's a lot of conscious. All my music is based in consciousness. It's an elevation of consciousness. And then there's a lot of spoken word element in my music as well. I'm a poet. So I sprinkle a lot of that in there as well.
Okay. And then, so you have a new album coming out, right?
Yes, it came out on Juneteenth, actually.
Okay.
It's called.
Was that on purpose?
It was on purpose.
Okay.
And it was called The Amalgamation Part 2. And there is a Part 1 that came out in 2018, but this is Part 2.
Mm-hmm.
I want to continue that story. And essentially, it's a mixture, because amalgamation means mixture. So it's a mixture of R&B, hip-hop, spoken word, and it's basically a blend of all those elements in a perfect unison. And there are 7 principles that permeate the entirety of that album, that repeat through that album.
You mind sharing what those are?
Sure. So the first principle is love, which goes throughout the album, sensuality, spirituality, philosophy, wisdom, examination, and purpose. Okay. Those 7 principles repeat throughout various songs on the album. Some songs have several of those principles within those songs.
And how many songs do you have on the album?
There are 17 tracks on there.
Okay. Oh, so you was in your bag a little bit.
I went all in. I went all in on this one.
And what made you like say, hey, I want to do a part 2? Were you just like, hey, this album, part 1 wasn't finished? It's more to the story, it's more to the principles. Like, what's the difference in why you decided to expand instead of saying, hey, let me go with a whole different direction on another album?
That's a great question. So the first album, it only has 6 tracks on it.
Okay.
And it was just me really just starting out on a solo adventure. I'd never been solo prior to that.
Yeah.
So I just decided, I said, well, let me just do these 6 songs, get these out, just see how it goes. And at that time, I didn't really understand what I was trying to do as an artist, what I was trying to be. And so I just it was kind of incomplete, essentially. So to your point, this time I had a vision. I knew what I wanted to do. I knew what I wanted to say. I knew the messages that I wanted to spread out to the collective consciousness of universe. So I just put all that into this album. So I really poured my heart, soul, spirit into it.
And so I'm going to jump a little bit from you back to a little bit to your inspiration, right?
Sure.
So you mentioned Prince, you mentioned MJ, Shy, a few other groups. What are your top 3 albums of all time?
Ooh.
We didn't practice this beforehand, so if it takes longer than 10 seconds, give them a break. It's okay.
It's all good. Okay, that's a tough one. Definitely Thriller.
Okay.
Is in there for sure.
And what song on the album that is? Because when you hear Thriller, it has a range to it, right?
It has a.
So you have some people that like some songs, some people like others. What is your song on there?
Honestly, I mean, whole album's great, but "Lady in My Life."
Oh yeah,
that song so underrated. That's the most beautiful I've ever heard him singing that song. It's beautiful. So that one for sure. Probably, it's tough, but I'm gonna say "If I Fall in Love" album, because that album inspired my whole singing journey. Yeah. For sure. And then after that, I'd probably go with it's tough, but Whitney's first album is really special. Whitney Houston. That album is really special. It's got some great music on it.
We have that in our collection over here too as well. So, got a couple other questions for you. And sorry for the ringing, guys. We are actually in our lounge, so it is live. You get everything coming from it. So it's great. Your press play Monday. You perform on August 10th. What made you say, "Hey, I want to come perform at Preston Age for press play Monday"?
So there's an artist named Sophie Mason. Shout out to Sophie.
Yes, number 1. She was the first person to perform for us.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Okay, cool. Yeah, so me and her met at Nashville Monday Night Jazz, which we both do on Mondays normally.
Is that Kingdom?
Yeah, Kingdom Cafe.
Kingdom
Frederick
Cafe.
Weatherby. Shout out to Frederick.
For sure, that's one of our homies here. So
okay, so that's cool. Yeah, so I saw her interview on Instagram with you guys, and I was like, Sophie's doing some good things, good for her. And then I just decided, you know what, let me reach out and just see what happens. It can't hurt. Yeah. Most that can happen is nothing. I'm like, okay, I just keep doing what I do. Yeah. So I just decided to reach out when I saw that Instagram interview, and it was a very, very nice interview, very professional. I love the setup with everything, so I was like, yeah, let's reach out. Yeah, so and I don't know if you've seen it or not before, but what we're looking for here for people who haven't visited and will visit on August 10th, we kind of like to keep it intimate, right? You have a space that's spacious, but it still gives you that intimate feel. So we had an artist last week who
Antoine Dunn, he did a phenomenal job. But basically, you are having conversations with the guests. It's a listening party. You are telling people, hey, why I chose this song, right? Or even trying out songs. We want to make it like an old school listening party where, yes, you get the performance, but people get to know who you are, right?
For sure.
Why you sing. This, and the interview is just a warm up. Once you get here, it totally changes. I'm really excited about having you here, and whether you bring people or the people, you get to meet people that's here already. I think it's going to be a phenomenal time for everybody. Again, August 10th. Come check them out. Where can people find you? You on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, anything?
Yes, I'm on all those platforms. On Instagram, I'm under Mike Storey Jr. And it's Mike Storey is spelled with the EY, so it's Storey.
Okay.
So you have to put that in there, otherwise you won't find me. On Instagram, on Facebook is Michael Storey Jr. And on YouTube is Mike Storey, the artist. So you can find me there. I'm also on all streaming platforms. You can find me on Spotify, Apple, iTunes, Amazon. Any streaming platform that plays music, I'm there. So you can find me there as well. Perfect.
Everybody, come check out Mr. Mike Storey, August 10th here at Preston Age 15551 Old Hickory Boulevard. We're really excited to hear your new album, hopefully.
For sure.
And some of your old hits as well.
Okay, so, yeah, we can do that.
Looking forward to it. See y'all soon.